Today we're going to be taking some of the top internet femboys and seeing which ones that I could beat in a fight. Now, for those of you who do not know, those of you who are uneducated, let's take a look at this, right? Twitter, this is my Twitter, right? This is where I post pictures. I do post pics of me doing shit, but I've also posted pics of me normally, right? And for those of you who don't know, like, slight warning, I do also just go outside dressed like a normal person. On a normal day, this is what I'm rocking. Like I said, this is what I'm rocking on a normal day. Pretty good, fairly strong. I got testosterone still. But anyway, this is what we're working with for starters. I have 10 or 11 people lined up that are going to be our matchups today. I have a tier list here. I'll tell you this right now. I think most of the people on this list, I roll easy. There's a few that have me a little concerned, but most of the people on this list, easy clap. First off, of course, you got to start the tier list with yourself. First off, we have me, as we saw, you know, got some muscle to me. I'm able to throw a punch, right? And of course it's going to be even. So we'll start 50-50. That's the baseline, right? And then next up on the list was somebody who I figured was like I had to put on the list, even though technically doesn't count as a content creator, but you know, we do a little scamming here and there. You need content, right? We need some shit. So I put Astolfo on the list right after me. A lot of people put him as this like submissive whatever the butt fuck thing. Truth in the matter is, right, at his core, he's a knight, right? And honestly, I think it would be personally a difficult fight. He's got a sword and shit like that, so I put myself as an underdog against Astolfo. Easily, like, I could probably win under good circumstances, but it's gonna be a tough fight. Moving on though, I have Skylar EDM on here. For those of you who don't know, Skylar posts TikToks. Okay, so looking at this right here, let's take a look at the physique, right? What are we working with? Arms, kind of skinny, but overall, like, looking fit. Probably has like decent like stamina, like probably like fairly lightweight, dance around me in a boxing ring. But we're not talking about boxing here. We're talking about just straight up fight. This could be street fight, fighting dirty, whatever it is. I don't know how tall Skylar is, but just based on like mass, even though I'm like big muscle wise, I'm also very quick though, and so I think I could keep up mostly, right? Even if I was getting danced around, like I have quick reactions. I think I can keep up like mostly. Right now, for now, I'm gonna say easy clap on Skylar. I don't think that's too much of a struggle. But moving on. Next up we have Nat. I don't know if I would classify Nat as like femboy. I don't think he like does stuff a lot. So this is Nat. I would think Nat normally is like average dude. He also looks kind of fit, but he also seems like a really like just generally nice person, right? So maybe he holds back a little bit in the fight, you know, just assuming. But I'm gonna put it as a struggle, but I still pull through. I think there's a few key factors that I'm missing. Like, we can't really see his arms clearly, right? If he's like fucking jacked, I don't know. There's only a few people that I would put like in that spot as a struggle, but I'll still pull through. But like, honestly, I think that's where I'm at with that. I think that's where I'm at with that right now. Okay. Next up, we have somebody who I don't know that much about, named Meowsy. Now, I haven't seen a face. I've seen a lot of thighs, a lot of waist. And generally, what you're seeing right here is like basically it for physique. Fairly skinny. As we've determined earlier, that could be decent for stamina, like jumping around, like getting in tough spots, hitting me in blind spots, stuff like that, right? So, but I will say right now, from what I've seen, Meowsy does look kind of short, which I think easily I can get around. I think that's an easy clap for sure. Okay, next we have Line True. Physique wise, looking solid. Could probably hold up against me, right? For sure. I'm thinking. I feel like in a fight that those like European genes are gonna come out in a fucking just like throw slugs just left and right. If we're going punches only, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Line True can throw a heavy ass fucking punch. But if we're throwing in stuff like kicks, I feel like that changes up the game a little bit. I feel like it really changes up the game. And we are talking about kind of like street fights here, so there's a certain level of respect, right? We're not going for any nut shots or anything like that. I think right, a little bit of a struggle, little bit of a struggle. Would I say more difficult than that? Probably not. I'm also missing the height factor in this one. I'm going to assume, I'm going to throw this one out there. I'm going to assume, right? I'm going to assume a height of like 5'7" ish, right? Which I think at 5'11", a little bit of extra reach, right? Like, I think I can still pull through. All right, next we got Ryan. Now, I will say, right? There's a reason why I pulled this picture from the Twitter, ignoring the monkey at the bottom, and still acknowledging the monkey in the corner who's talking. Hello. There's a reason why I pulled this picture, right? Because look at that. What the fuck is? Holy shit! I've met Ryan in person, so I will say, right? Like roughly about a year ago, I didn't see arms like that. I don't know what the fuck happened in that time from like then to now, but holy fucking shit. Now, I will say though, I am significantly taller. I think it could almost go even, and I'm willing to put that there for now, like 50-50. I think it could go either way right now. He's been in the gym lately. Fuck, like it's got me beat, because I've been to the gym this summer probably a total of like 5 times. Like I've not been in the gym, I've just been working out at home. I mean, hell, this picture of me in the gym, right, I think was at the start of the summer. That's one of like the 5 times that I had been to the gym this summer. Anyway, so I'm thinking 50-50. I'm thinking 50-50 on that. We have Femboys speedrunning. I pulled this picture for a very specific reason, because we have a clear shot of arms and legs in this situation. In this photo, we have a very clear shot of arms and legs. Arms, I think I got him beat. Reach wise, might be the same almost, probably, I'd assume. And then leg wise though, I think that there's probably some nasty kicks in here. The question, of course, then comes down to, okay, like flexibility and stuff like that. Overall, we're talking about a lighter frame, right? Potentially less reach, no punches being thrown. So that means, like, you know, having to rely on kicks solely. If you're not that flexible and you can't reach like my head or you can't reach my torso, kind of losing out on a little bit unless you can knock me down, but just through my legs. So I can see it very much being a struggle, but I think I still win. After Femboy speedrunning, we have Finster, right? Who, let's be honest, let's be honest here. Like, come on. Between Finster and me in a fight, okay, bro's like 5'9", skinny frame, little bit of muscle. We're talking street fights, of course. So then there's a few things that are drawbacks in my head, right? The nails. Now the nails could possibly fuck me up, right? But at the same time, Finn's got like hair extensions, so that gives me something to grab. Not only that, I mean, looking at torso, not a lot to work with here, so could be hard to hit, right? But at the same time, I think if I land a hit, falls apart. I think he falls apart if I land a hit, for sure. Easy clap on Finn. No way Finn fucks me up. It's not even a thought. It's not even in the realm of possibilities. Like, it's just not possible. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Like, you know. Afterwards though, I think we have somebody who's a little bit tougher, and I think could actually put me in a bad spot, and that would be Femboy fishing. Might not look like too much to fight, right? Might not look too difficult, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. People forget that fishing is a sport. For starters, fishing is a sport, and there are some fish out there that are physically demanding to catch, and things like wading in water, lifting up fish in a net, like all of that's weight on the body. So you're building up muscle, a lot of functional muscle, like muscle that you can actually use in day-to-day life and stuff like that, doesn't show up as big muscle on the body, but those muscles are still strong as hell. And with that in mind, I'm an underdog in this fight. I think I have the possibility of winning, but I really think that in this situation, you know, you have somebody who's probably most likely faster than me, has a good chance of being like a little bit stronger than me, and on top of that, like probably has decent like reaction time as well. So factoring in all of those, that's actually like a kind of a tough fight. I think I have a chance, a pretty decent chance too, of losing, but there's a slight possibility of winning. Slightest possibility. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is dumbass femboy. So we have another like TikTok femboy, but you can kind of tell already, like we have the same thing as kind of with Skylar, where a little bit smaller, not really seeing like too much muscle. This one's another easy clap. I think it's an easy clap. Just in terms of sheer mass, I think I have a lot of people beat. Smash? What the you're thinking of the wrong tier list, buddy. Davian, this is not that tier list. We'll get to one of those eventually. Not today. Not today. Okay, and then we have our last one. Honestly, no matter what, I'm fucked. And that would be femboy blacksmithing. And sure, while at first glance, like, you know, like we've said before, might seem, you know, thinner frame, but we're talking about a blacksmith here. Not only that, 6'6". 6'6". Now listen, like I said, I'm 5'11", right? I am 5'11". That is a whole like 6 inches taller than me, you know? Like what is, or at least 6 inches, right? Like seven inches. Let's try to base it off of like how long my cock is. We're talking about like a lot of muscle, right? For blacksmithing, forging like fucking metal shit and shit like that. Like that's a lot of strength. I lose that fight. 1000%. I lose that fight. There is no question. I will lose that fight. That being said, I think this is our tier list. So let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. Take a nice look at all the rankings, right? And I think this is what we got. I feel like most of these fights I win. Most of these fights I win. A few of these kind of tough. You know, honestly, I could win the fight against myself, depending on how much I hate myself that day. So yeah, just saying on that one. So